Hey, it's Kesha. Welcome and welcome back. So, there are times in our lives where we recognize that we are done and complete with certain relationships. And we may have stepped away from that person, or they've stepped away from us, or whatever. There's been a break. But somehow they're still in our heart. And we want to truly be done with that energy. And I know there's often talk of like cord cutting, which has its place, but sometimes we need something a little bit different. Maybe cord cutting is, despite how gentle we may do it, it can still be somewhat of a violent act. And today I'd like to approach the release of these relationships through something a little more gentle and loving. Not that cord cutting can't be loving, but again, I think it's sometimes a more violent act. And this time I want us to do it in a more peaceful and gentle fashion. So, while there might be a couple people that come to mind as as you sit down and think about this, for this meditation, for the first time that you do it, I want you to think of just one person in one relationship. And then once you've done the video once and had the experience, then you can decide to come back and do it successively for other people in relationships, or to do them all collectively. But I want this first time for it to be just for you to get the feeling of release from that one person that's really haunting you in your heart and soul. So go ahead and just find yourself in a comfortable position. I'm already closing my eyes because I know what's coming. But yeah, find yourself in a comfortable position. And you can go ahead and close your eyes. Just begin to settle in. Take a few deep breaths. With each breath, shaking off more of the day. Pick up all the stress and busyness on the inhale, and release it on the exhale. Again, just pick up all the excess energy from your field and let it out. And you'll notice as you begin to release that stress, you become more and more centered in your body. And you feel yourself becoming more and more present at this time and space. Breathe. Lovingly and gently, go ahead and recall all of your power back to yourself. I know that's what's needed. Notice that's what's yours and needed is coming back to you, cleansed, and you are made whole. And if you feel like you're attached to any situation, outcome, person, event, thing, whatever, just go ahead and release that cord and let it go back to source. And now if you feel like there's anything tugging at you, anything that's not yours, anything that is attached that shouldn't be, just breathe into that attachment, and on the exhale, see it release and go back to source. Just check in to see that you are centered, whole, and free. Now I want you to see a column of white light gently descend down over you. And as the white light surrounds you, you breathe it in. And this light illuminates all the cells in your body. It quickens them. This light fills the spaces between the cells. And as you assess your physicality in your mind's eye, you notice that you are a being of light. You are one with the column. And just sink into this familiarity for a moment, breathing it in, feeling it recalibrate you. Feel it welcoming you back. Breathe in that return, breathe in this feeling of home. Breathe in light to your toes. Breathe in the light around your ankles. Up your shins and calves. Bring in this lightness to your knee. Move the light now up your thighs. Feel your quads and hamstrings relax. Breathe light into your hip flexors, your pelvic floor. Breathe into your torso, seeing it filled with light. Breathe light into all of the nooks and crannies of your heart space. Release any dross that might be hanging out there. Move that light up into your collarbone, feeling it expand. Your shoulders broaden. Release any tension you might be having in your shoulders. Breathe in that light. Notice how your shoulders are now parallel to the ground, parallel to your hips. Notice how the light of each breath is transmuting any dust or debris that's sitting there. Breathe in that light up through the head and neck. Just feel lightness all around, in and through you. Now that the light is in your head, see yourself as the radiant being of light that you are. See yourselves through the eyes of light. Continue to breathe and just enjoy being in this light. Enjoy being the light. Notice that the longer you take in the light, the softer your heart becomes, the more expansive it grows. And the more substantial it's feeling. Breathe. And from this expansive, illuminated heart space, call forth the person and relationship you're now ready to release. If you had had someone in mind before we started the meditation and that person changed, just go with that. That means that's the relationship that's ripe for release. So call forth that person. Call to mind that relationship. And just let it replay in your mind all the things that were good about it. All the things you love about this person, all the things you loved about your time together. Notice all the blessings you have about this person and relationship. All the things that were blessed and wonderful about it. Now set those feelings aside or step outside of those feelings. And I want you to call to mind all of the hurt and the pain that this relationship and this person caused. What makes you the most angry about them? And as you see that person sitting in front of you, tell them exactly what pissed you off. Tell them exactly the way they hurt you. Tell them everything that's on your heart, why you're angry. Use whatever language and images you need to communicate this hurt, this disappointment. And just keep flowing it until it's all out. Until you've said everything you needed to say. All of the mean and hurtful things they've said and done, lay it at their feet. This is what you've done to me, and this is what I'm done with. You can tell them to take their shit and get the hell on. Speak to them in the language of your heart, whatever that sounds like for you. Let it be as angry as it needs to for you to be free of it. Say all of what needs to be said. And leave it with them. And when you feel like you've said all you have to say, take a step back. Look them in the eye and ask them if they have anything they'd like to say. And when it seems they've said all they wanted to say, you now get to choose. If they offered up words of remorse or apology, do you receive it as sincere? If so, take it in and thank them. If you no longer give a fuck, leave it at their feet. Notice if you're indifferent, because you're beyond it now. Whatever the response, accept it as you will, or don't. And now thank them. Thank them for the role they played in your life, for providing much needed lessons, an opportunity to grow, for showing up for the divine appointment, or anything your heart guides you to thank them for. Thank them now. Send love, honor, and respect to the relationship that once was. Notice that they have faded away. And it's you standing in your power. Your heart full of love. Call in and pull back all of your love. Pull it back into yourself. Breathe into the heart to make space for it. Notice how your heart is more expanded, how you are more expanded. And send that love throughout your body, throughout your being, through all time and space. Feel your capacity for love having expanded. Breathe in that love and let it flow in and overflow. And notice how it flows out and over you, down and around you, puddling at your feet and going out into the universe. This is you, your love at your highest and best, at your fullest and most whole. Breathe. And know that as this is the love you send out, this is the only frequency and current on which love can return to you. It has to be this or higher, this or better. See yourself surrounded by this love. Notice that as you walk, it moves ahead of you and it leaves a bit of itself behind. Your love is effervescent and overflowing. Walk in power, walk in love. Be in your power. be in love. On the next inhale, breathe into your body. Begin to wiggle your toes and fingers. Rotate your ankles and your wrists. Roll your neck in both directions. Feel yourself fully in your body, fully in your power, surrounded by an emanating love. Your body is light and you are suffused with love. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. You know, I've talked before about the sacred role of the villain in our relationships. These are the people that come forth and they bring us tremendous hurt and pain. They also provide us some of our deepest life lessons. We have to appreciate them because when we signed up to come into this body, this timeline, this reality, we knew we needed lessons to learn, and we couldn't learn them in isolation. We needed someone to help us. And those villains loved us enough to come in and do that. So we'll love them and honor them, and we'll also let this go. So let me know how this went for you. I love you, and I will see you again soon. Bye.